So guys, Impact is dissolving into chaos by design. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the April 19th, 2013 edition of the TNA Rundown. And, we had a tape show this week. I, of course, prefer the live shows, but at least we're still on the road. So guys, this week's episode of Impact was built around perpetuating two different ideas that they want to get across, okay? One is that AJ Styles is kind of in limbo, doing his own thing. You know, they want us to wonder, oh, what's he going to do? Is he going to join Aces and Eights? The second one being to make Aces and Eights look dominating. I mean, last night, it just seemed like A&E were jumping somebody every other segment. So at this point, I think TNA is just pushing the idea of hopelessness, if that makes sense. Like nothing can stop them. They want it to seem as if they're just handling everybody. And there needs to be some real resistance, if that makes sense. I hope that's coming soon. I mean, nobody wants to see just a completely one-sided angle. And I guess right now you could say that Hogan is the opposition, but what real threat is presented towards them? So at some point, Hogan is going to have to say how he plans on saving the company. Now, he's said in the past that he wanted to have another title run. I personally think that would be the wrong decision for TNA to go with. But as things stand now, I wouldn't really be surprised if that's what ends up happening. I mean, if Hogan were to try to go after the title, that would at least put him on a platform of equality with Bully Ray, as far as him actually trying to stop them. And if you don't know what I mean when I said that they need someone against them, let's just look at like the NWO. They had Goldberg, they had Sting, people opposing them. DX had the Nation and the Corporation. You always have to have a yin to the yang. And while there are guys who are willing to fight against Aces and Eights right now, you know, like Kurt Angle and Jeff Hardy, Magnus, Samoa Joe, so far, recently, they haven't really been looking like they're an incredible threat. They just keep getting their asses kicked. So guys, the X Division continues to make great TV. I'm not a big fan of the rule changes. Sometimes they're a bit confusing, but the match quality is usually pretty good. I'm glad Petey Williams is back. It's kind of weird to me that he doesn't have the whole Scott Steiner look going on as he did before he left. But you know, that was several years ago, and Scott and TNA just had that huge lawsuit. So of course it makes sense that wouldn't happen. But nevertheless, I'm very glad that he's back. Petey Williams still looks great in the ring. Of course, Kenny King and Zema Ion, excellent as usual. And they had a pretty good match. You know, Kenny King's kind of carrying that torch, the X Division torch of TNA right now, and moving the division forward, and he's definitely a good person to put that emphasis on in TNA. And next week, guys, another live Impact. We have two titles on the line next week, Mickie James versus Velvet Sky for the Knockout titles, and Bobby Roode and Austin Aries get their rematch for the tag team titles. So, I think both of those matches should be decent. We'll see what happens with that. Some things to look for going forward. Will Aces and Eights continue to just run wild, you know, or will they have some solid opposition that can actually kind of slow down their progress here? I mean, you know, there are 8 guys, I understand, but there's way more than 8 guys in the back, if you know what I'm saying. And also, where does AJ Styles stand in all of this? You know, they've definitely been trying to recruit him, and he walked away last night on Impact, but I personally don't see him joining them. I think he's just going to stick to being a lone gun. But you never know. It's hard to predict sometimes what the company is going to decide to do. But if it was up to me, I'd leave him the lone gun. But anyway, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. WWE Rundown every Tuesday, TNA Rundown every Friday. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you next time.